Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Monday, the 18th of May, 2020. Beautiful 52-degree morning out there. Has all the makings of a nice day. I'm thinking some of the stuff I might have to do today, because I always got stuff to do. Might have to help the wife find her three-piece swimsuit so she can go out and get some of that vitamin D sunshine, if Bill Gates' solar shield boys will allow it. Okay. Look at this equation. 0 plus 0 equals question mark. Now, I know majority of my subs are very intelligent, but I do have people swing by for a view, and just as of 2 days ago, I heard it again, and I've heard it more than once, but I've heard it again. I don't get his videos. I've watched him. I don't know what's he all about. I don't get what he's talking about. So I'm going to have to take this a little slow, people, to carry along the less fortunate ones than the rest of us. We'll use a very simple little example. The teacher calls little Johnny and little Susie to the front of the class. And she says, "Little Johnny, how many apples are you holding in your hands?" And little Johnny says, "0 apples, teacher." And she looks at Susie and says, "Susie, now how many apples are you holding in your hand?" And she says, "0 apples, Susie." Then she looks at the class and says, "Class, if Susie gives her 0 apples to Johnny's 0 apples, how many apples will Johnny end up with?" And the class unanimously belts it out, "0, teacher." Very good, class. I mean, these guys are going to be future rocket scientists. Now that is a valid equation, and we're not going to get technical here. Yes, I got it. 0 is very important in mathematics. It's very important as a placeholder. Too technical for this video. We're not there. But that was the old normal. 0 plus 0 equals 0. Today, people, is the new normal, where 0 plus 0 equals everything. It is and I didn't want to do a video about it. I'm sick of it. I'm more on it. But breaking news, people, stuff is happening. The new normal. 0 plus 0 equals everything. And it seems to be everything bad for the average dude. 0 test results, what they claim they're looking for, but haven't. But still, what they're not looking for will net maybe as high as a 70% false positive. 0 deaths attributed to something they haven't tested for. So that means the memes and the internet greatly show everything. Every death is a monocorona death. So I guess you could have said 0 to infinity. It's either nothing or everything. That's my point. 0 plus 0 equals everything. And the everything is real legislation and rules that are governing us, brutalizing us. Real fear-based panic. I'm telling you, man, people are still walking around their masks. They're gripped with fear. Real economic consequences. Well, I know that one to be true. And a real impact on most people's lives. It's a pain in the ass. You know it is. It's ridiculous. People, everywhere you go, people are going, "This is ridiculous. Can't stand at the bar." I mean, I was over at the bar this weekend. Can't stand at the bar. You know, nope, hey, social distancing. Okay. The invisible boogeyman, the Mona, might be in your neighborhood. It might be in your home. You know, this reminds me of the old nuclear radiation scare scam boogeyman of the 70s. They had a standard, a real valid standard that says less than the detectable level of radiation. Well, if you don't know, if you got less than the amount, you have a sensitive meter to detect for, how do you know you got it? Hey, don't argue with the scientists. We know it's contaminated, you just can't tell. And that valid standard, believe it or not, caused a lot of equipment to be buried in pits. Perfectly usable equipment, tractors, tools, you name it. Why? Because it was held in a radiation control area, and it might have been exposed to less than the detectable level. Kind of like these Mona tests, you know. That's okay. I mean, you guys are smart. You can follow along. All right, back to the Mona. Here's the deal, people. Suppress your fears, because the government will soon be by to test you and your family. Hope you don't get a false positive. You do run a 70% chance of getting one, and a false positive, false or not, will trigger real impact on you and your family. And speaking of here from the government, what a better time than now to remind you of what the once late President Ronald Reagan used to say. Here we go.
I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
See? He told you that, didn't he? But nobody listens. That's all they do is believe the government experts, the doctors. Fauci, Birx. Unbelievable. Okay. Here's the bad news. And I'm leaving you, the bad news isn't the links I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you a 10-minute link, and I'm going to leave you a 42-minute link. The 42-minute link, I really think you should make time to watch that one, people. It will validate most everything your most humble, ever flexible, and always fluid messenger has been telling you in this video. Anyhow, the bad news. The dreaded second wave is showing up in the world. I think you'll see in the 42-minute video, Singapore, yep. They had to open the bars, though, nightclubs. Got in there. Now they got a cluster of contaminated. Unbelievable. You see, they're shaming the public. You demanded your freedoms. You forced us to open too early. You didn't listen. You didn't stay home. You didn't mask up. And you didn't do the most important social distancing. It's your fault, people. We're from the government. We're here to help you. But we can't help you when you're demanding your liberties and rights. You gotta comply. But now here's even worse. But now, the Mona might, maybe, could be, and possibly could be causing mysterious, got that? Mysterious health issues in children. Sorry, people. It's not no longer just a concern of the old people. Now they're coming after your kids. Well, that's an amazing thing. People, strongly recommend you watch the 2 links. The 10-minute one from High Impact Blogs, 42-minute one from Days of Noah. I don't think I've introduced you to that channel before. So, by all means, subscribe to those channels. Hit the bell notifications so you can get an update next time they post a video. Well, people, it's down to that time where I'm going to have to get going, get moving, because I got stuff to do. You guys enjoy the weather.